Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Daily Crypto News. And I'm very glad to see you join me for another episode because today we're doing another huge 500 XRP giveaway. And all you have to do to enter is, first of all, make sure you press the like button because we're going to need 1,000 to give this away. Second of all, make sure you comment something down below because that's going to be your entry ticket. And third of all, make sure you are subscribed with the notification bell on, because otherwise, guys, how are you going to know when I'm doing another one? Having said that, though, let's get over into video. And the first subject was what's driving the S&P 500, NEO, and XRP. And reading into this, I got pretty damn excited because I am very often talking about the bigger changes in the economy and about the bigger price movements that people did not expect. Now, ever since March came along, the prices of the S&P 500 have surged, right? I think anybody was there. And basically what normally happens in booms or upturns, again, if you're Dutch, you know what I mean here. If you're English, I don't know what the word is in English, like conjunctural switches and high conjuncture. I don't know. I thought it was just a word because I thought I learned it in school back in the day. Business cycle, the high end of the business cycle is what I'm looking for, the word. But whenever I put high, they're like boom. It just says boom here, which I didn't expect. But basically, it's that when the prices go up and you're like in the upside of the business cycle, like in the top part, people don't really expect the prices to go down kind of ever, right? And when you're in the bottom part, people expect it to go down, 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 down. Well, what happened is in February, the prices went down. We all saw it happen. Things crashed. And we were in the lower side of the business cycle, I should say then. So people didn't really expect any recovery to happen, which went along with faith in the US dollar kind of fading away since, again, all this QE was already being talked about and kind of being implemented. A lot of people were losing their jobs because of COVID. Caffeine. I don't want to say it in these videos, guys. And in the end, people were not that happy. However, I don't really know exactly what pushed it, but things turned around, which of course is against people's opinions and ideas and really just their strategy. Because whenever you're in that down cycle or the downward movement, I don't know how it's called in English, people expect it to go down forever. And that's basically because you can't measure human emotions in models, and it's just what they think. Now, what happened though is that it really kind of defied all logic, where everything was going worse and worse and worse, and even now, companies are doing worse, at least a lot of them, and everything's looking to be going better, right? S&P 500 is prospering, a lot of other things are prospering. What's going on there? Well, one thing to note is that even though it might look like more and more people are getting unemployed and people are getting worse off, in general, there is money being created. And that is also because of the massive QE. A lot of money is going back into the cycle, but that's also how actually there's a lot more money being spent. Because if you think about it, right? Let's say, for example, a bank got into a lot of trouble. All of a sudden, they got, let's say, $100 billion. They have $100 billion now to invest, right? Or to do things with it, to send money out. So basically, they can, to a certain degree, I guess, get to the same money velocity because people would have kind of diminished or spent less because of economical problems, right? They would have spent less. However, since the bank has more power now, they can do more. The money velocity, quote unquote, can still remain the same because they will spend money, meaning that the cycle in which money runs around, the velocity of that, still might be the same thing. Right? Still might be the same thing. By the way, if you ever, I think the normal name is just the Fisher's equation. If you ever looked at that one, what is it now? Let me see if I got it still. MV is PY. Which is money times velocity is price times production, maybe? It's a long time ago since I last talked about that. Pretty damn crazy. But yeah, some of those things, you sometimes think about, they all make sense all of a sudden. Where they're doing a certain type of ordeal, they're doing some to one of those factors, which changes it all, and it always goes I don't know, they're just like intertwined. When one moves up, the other will move up as well, which is what you really see happening. And that's kind of fun when you see the things you've learned kind of being applied to this world. And that's also why I'm not that confused that, S&P 500 and really those macro things are moving positively, even though it's looking like the world is moving negatively, just because of all that thought and those ideas. Now, XRP, though, I would have expected the coin to move a lot better than it did. That's mostly because I would have expected people to take their profits from S&P 500 and all of that and put it into Bitcoin, and then from Bitcoin on to move on forward. However, today was a pretty red day. If I refresh, it might not be this bad. I think, yeah, not that bad anymore, but it was a pretty red day. Things were not looking that gloomy for the first part of today. Warren Buffett index predicts stock crash. How will Bitcoin react? Once more, guys, this is always the contrarian, kind of the, what was the name now? The Big Short type of, the type of mentality where you really are in the midst of the greatest bull runs predicting a depression, or you're predicting a downfall. It is almost impossible to predict the top. It is very, very hard to expect really when things are going to be crumbling. And in the movie The Big Short, what they do is they kind of look at everything and they're like, well, this doesn't fit. It doesn't really work. Everything should be falling. Why is it going up? And what you saw is that they thought that for a very long while, but still things kept going up for quite a long while. That's because even though you might know, the majority of the people do not know, and always in those upturns or the upsides of the business cycle, people think this bloominess will happen forever. So this statement coming out now is really kind of useless. It really does nothing for us, but it's a Buffett indicator. It's not just Warren Buffett warning us or things like that. It's just another indicator, which is why I'm like, what does it matter too much, right? What does it matter? Because it's just an indicator. Indicators have like a chance of being right maybe like 50% of the time, right? So, or they might be right in their to their appointed kind of role, but it doesn't mean that the consequences will be right as well. Because of course they measure something, which I guess they measure correctly. The historical average of the indicator is 1, and therefore the dot-com bubble, it hovered at 1.71. Currently, the Buffett indicator is reportedly at 1.7, signaling that the stock market is highly overvalued. I don't know if it's really overvalued, right? I told you guys just before here, like, theoretically speaking, a lot of things should not have diminished in price, because a lot of these companies will still prosper in times of pandemic. Like Amazon is doing better than ever before. And the amount of money that people have has not gone down that significantly because of all the QE. And the velocity of money has also not gone down as much because the bank is still there and all those other parties that have received that money to make sure that it's still on par. Which is also why the economy kind of diminished for the people's real living situations, but not in terms of real numbers. At least depending on what numbers you look at. Altcoins bleeding out as Bitcoin heads lower. And by the way, the response to this is, I think crypto always does good from a stock crash, at least from this point out forward, because it's already being valued right now as the bigger negative correlation type of thing. So yeah, I'm being excited for it. I think it's all positive vibes. It's all positive things for crypto. Whenever it goes into Bitcoin, I always think it will go into XRP eventually, so don't worry about that either. Altcoins bleeding out as market heads lower. Market watch. Well, it's not that relevant anymore, right? Because, they're already going up a little bit again. Ripple transfers 40 million XRP. Chris Larsen and Coinbase Pro are the recipients. XRP Monitor has detected a 40 million XRP wired by Ripple and its former CEO Chris Larsen, who transferred 7.5 million XRP to Coinbase Pro. All right, so I don't know, honestly speaking, what's going on here. I don't know if this has anything to do with Flare. I don't really think so. I don't know if it has anything to do with him trying to sell or with the market crashing. I'm just honestly telling you guys that I don't know. I don't know why they're doing these types of things. I don't know what the point of it is. I don't know what the point of reporting it to us is. Unless you think you can make some connection between him sending money to Coinbase Pro and it actually being secured for US dollars. But I haven't checked that. I don't know if you guys have done that before. Just check whether or not they've really gotten their money out, if they really transferred over into US dollars. As of this point, the only guy I know that's really selling is Jeb McCaleb. And McCaleb's tackle stat wallet spits out another 6.1 million. Blah, 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 blah. Jeb McCaleb has always been selling. But what Ripple is doing really, I don't know. And I can't tell you guys even if I did know. No, just kidding. I just have no idea. Bitcoin breaking below these two levels may suggest the bull trend is over. Lies. It's not true at all. Please don't think that. Player partners Tron-based product to bring decentralized gaming into Vechain. A very different side, but very interesting thought. Player, a Vechain Thor-based decentralized gaming platform, has recently partnered with Tron blockchain project JustBet to bring decentralized gaming into the Vechain blockchain network, Player has said in an update on August 22nd, so that is today. JustBet is a decentralized gaming app platform, yada yada yada. Basically just another cool kind of situation that's being built now between Tron and Vechain, kind of a cross-chain project between Player and Vechain actually. I find it interesting though. I didn't get why this was being done and how this all came to be. But in the end, all I can say is just good, right? What's bad about this? Will I be using it myself? No. Will it increase the price? No. But it's another good thing to stripe off the list. Vechain launches blockchain-enabled sustainability solution. Companies using the solution may even cut costs. We went over most of this already in the past. There's nothing crazy that happened just now. I think on Cointelegraph here, they just at least 50 times now already want to explain exactly how everything from toolchain works and really how Vechain works along to maybe cut people's costs or to help this rolled out. Once more, there's no new information given. However, we all, I think, understand what the possibilities are from Vechain because they're endless. It's like an upwards going freaking stairs. I don't even know how to say it. It's only getting better. Vechain is only getting bigger with the time here, and there's really not much to stop Vechain. Chainlink, I guess the only cool part about Chainlink is the price as of this point. Rebounds after Dave Portnoy reveals he sold his Link bag. I think it actually had a little bit of an influence. All right, most of the time when people talk about their holdings, I don't really think it does much. But for Dave Portnoy to really say, I don't have any Chainlink, I think it could have actually sparked a little bit of a controversy. He has quite a lot of followers, that's one thing. And also he has quite a lot of influence because people gave him such a huge platform to talk on. All the news articles were talking about his opinion. Everybody was talking about him getting into crypto and him getting into Chainlink. So all of a sudden him saying, yeah, I'm not into Chainlink, could have maybe hurt. Right? He also said he's not into Bitcoin and another coin, but Chainlink was in that list as well. Friday, August 21st, saw Link trade as low as $12.85. This was a 36% drop from its all-time high of $20.30. On the same day, Barstool Sports' Dave Portnoy revealed he had sold his Link bag, and Chainlink has since rebounded a day later to test $16. Well, right now we are at, let's see, $16.13, and I don't really think there's anything holding Chainlink back too much. I also don't think you should be worrying about it too much, as they'll just prosper and do crazy over time. Just wait for it. However, again, it's interesting to see that maybe Dave had something to do with it. Maybe not, though, because Chainlink has been a volatile coin for a very long while now. Maybe it was just the luck of the draw. Could definitely be so. Alright, but guys, thank you all for watching this video. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe. And I will definitely see you guys again in another crypto video. Take care and have a very, very nice day.